On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Unshakable.
Not able to be shaken or moved, firm, steadfast, and determined, describing a person who is strong, resolute, and unwavering.
Examples:
Unshakable determination. Unshakable trust. His unshakable confidence inspired those around him to take bold risks.
Coercion.
The use of force, threats, or intimidation to persuade someone to do something against their will. The practice of controlling or manipulating someone through the use of power or authority.
Examples:
Coercion through force. Physical coercion. The government used coercion to force citizens to comply with pandemic restrictions.
Invariably.
In every case or on every occasion, without exception.
Examples:
Invariably polite. Invariably correct. She invariably arrived at the office early each day.
Dictator.
A political leader who has complete power over a country, especially one who has obtained control by force.
Examples:
Military dictator. A dictator with enormous powers. A popular uprising led to the overthrow of the dictator.
Tyrannical.
Using power or authority over people, especially in a specific country, group, etc., in an unfair and cruel way.
Examples:
A tyrannical government. A tyrannical parent. Tyrannical Hollywood film moguls can easily rule the movie star's career.
Rehearse.
To practice or repeat something, such as a performance, speech, or action, to prepare for an event or to improve one's skills, to go through the motions of a planned activity before executing it.
Examples:
Rehearse an opera. Rehearse a speech. The actors needed to rehearse their lines before the performance.
Rehearsal.
A practice session, usually for a performance or presentation, during which people prepare and fine-tune their performance, often with the help of feedback from others, the act of rehearsing.
Examples:
Dress rehearsal. Music rehearsal. The theater company had its final rehearsal before opening night.
Cast iron.
A strong, heavy, and durable metal or alloy that is used in various industrial applications, such as machinery, piping, and construction.
Examples:
Cast iron stove. Cast iron gate. My grandma used to cook with a cast iron skillet, giving her food a unique flavor.
Scot.
A tax or payment, particularly a share or portion of something. A person from Scotland or a Scottish immigrant.
Examples:
Pay annual Scot. Traditional Scot attire. The scot-free suspect was later apprehended for a different crime.
Overcompensate.
To take excessive or extreme measures to make up for a perceived deficiency or lack, often resulting in an overcorrection.
Examples:
overcompensate for mistakes. Overcompensate for lack of experience. After missing a deadline, he worked late into the night to overcompensate for his mistake.
Gesticulate.
To make gestures, especially with one's hands or arms, while speaking or expressing oneself. To convey emotions or thoughts using dramatic or vigorous gestures.
Examples:
gesticulate to communicate with friends. Gesticulate with his hands. The speaker gesticulated wildly as they spoke, emphasizing their words.
Rabid.
Characterized by extreme or fanatical enthusiasm or devotion, having or showing symptoms of rabies, a viral disease that affects the nervous system of mammals and can cause violent and aggressive behavior.
Examples:
rabid anti-vaxxer. Rabid supporter. The fans became rabid when their team scored the winning goal.
Windmill.
A machine that converts wind power into rotational energy, often used for generating electricity.
Examples:
windmill farm. Windmill blade. The solar windmill was used to generate electricity for the small village.
Blur.
A faint or indistinct image or sound, something that is not clear or distinct. Verb, to become unclear, to lose clear vision.
Examples:
blur image. Motion blur. The camera's focus was off, and the image was a blur of colors and shapes.
Ridicule.
Speech or behavior that makes fun of or mocks someone or something. Teasing, sarcasm, or scornful remarks that are intended to belittle or humiliate. Verb, to mock, criticize, or make fun of someone or something in a scornful or derisive way.
Examples:
public ridicule. Ridicule at his expense. The ridicule from his classmates made him feel embarrassed and ashamed.
Dismal.
Depressing or dreary, causing or showing unhappiness or despair.
Examples:
dismal failure. Dismal performance. The weather was so dismal that we decided to stay indoors all day.
Podium.
A raised platform or stand that is used for delivering speeches, conducting meetings, or presenting awards.
Examples:
win a podium position. Podium finisher. The speaker stood confidently on the podium while delivering their speech.
Engender.
To make a feeling or situation exist, to cause or give rise to.
Examples:
engender a crisis. Engender the trust. The discussion about war helps engender a sense of shared humanity.
Crescendo.
A gradual increase in volume or intensity, often about a musical piece or performance, figuratively, a gradual buildup or intensification of a feeling, emotion, or action.
Examples:
Crescendo of applause. A rising crescendo of voices. The band's music reached a crescendo during the concert's final song.
Upsurge.
A sudden and significant increase, a rise, or surge in something, especially in intensity or frequency.
Examples:
Population upsurge. An upsurge of emotion. The country saw an upsurge in tourism after the new airport was built.
Weep.
To cry tears because of sadness, rage, or pain.
Examples:
Weep bitter tears. Weep for joy. I'm easily moved to tears, so I would weep in sympathy if I saw that movie.
Futile.
Incapable of producing any useful result, pointless.
Examples:
Futile talk. Make a futile protest. It was futile to try and fix the broken vase, as it was too badly damaged.
Visceral.
Relating to or affecting the internal organs, instinctive or emotional rather than rational, characterized by deep-seated emotional reactions or responses.
Examples:
Visceral organ. Visceral fear. After watching the horror movie, she had a visceral reaction and couldn't sleep all night.
Dizzy.
Having or causing a whirling sensation and not able to keep balance.
Examples:
Feel dizzy. Had a dizzy spell. Professional skaters can spin fast on the ice without getting dizzy.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Incarnation.
The embodiment of a concept or idea in a physical form, a person or thing that personifies something.
Examples:
Former incarnation. Incarnation of stupidity. The novel is an incarnation of the author's experiences and imagination.
Aggress.
To attack or threaten with violence or offense.
Examples:
Aggress into an enemy's camp. Aggress on the neighboring countries. The dog barked and aggressed towards anyone who approached the gate.
Devoid.
Completely lacking or free from something.
Examples:
Devoid of life. Air devoid of pollution. The room was devoid of any furniture or decorations.
Singe.
To burn something slightly or superficially, usually by mistake.
Examples:
Singe off the hair over the flames. Singe the edges of a fabric. I didn't realize the iron was still hot and singed my dress.
Blossom.
The reproductive structure on a flowering plant that consists of usually colorful petals and a typically green calyx, merging of sepals, the state or time of flowering, the peak of a person's or thing's development or success.
Examples:
Apple blossom. Blossom garden. The cherry blossom trees in the park were in full bloom, creating a beautiful sight.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
Intern civilians. Medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Cape.
A type of long, loose outer garment that covers the back, shoulders, and arms, a headland or promontory extending into the sea or other large body of water.
Examples:
Cape Cod. Red cape. The superhero wore a flowing cape as part of their costume.
Enchant.
To cast a spell or charm over someone or something, to captivate or fascinate.
Examples:
Enchant audience. Enchant him with a charm. The storybook prince enchanted the young girl.
Spontaneously.
In a way that is natural, not planned or forced, and often sudden.
Examples:
Recover spontaneously after 5 days. This shift occurs spontaneously. The electrical cord spontaneously combusted.
Improvise.
To create or perform something on the spot, without preparation or planning, to use what one has available to do or create something.
Examples:
Improvise a joke. Improvise an escape plan. We had to improvise a tent using a tarp and sticks since we didn't have a proper one.
Broaden.
To make or become wider or more extensive, to make or become more tolerant or liberal.
Examples:
Broaden students' knowledge. Broaden their horizon. The company broadened its product line to include more customer options.
Acuity.
The ability to perceive or discern with a high degree of accuracy and sensitivity, sharpness or keenness of senses, especially vision or hearing.
Examples:
Mental acuity. Hearing acuity. The optometrist tested my visual acuity by asking me to read various sized letters on a chart.
Plunge.
To dive quickly and steeply downward, to thrust or throw into something. Noun, a steep and rapid fall.
Examples:
Plunge into the water. Plunge a dagger through his heart. The company's profits plunged after the recall of their new product.
Enshrine.
To cherish or protect something as if it is sacred, to place something in a position of honor or respect.
Examples:
Enshrine memories. Enshrine tradition. The Constitution enshrines the rights and freedoms of citizens.
Poke.
To push or prod with a sharp object or the finger.
Examples:
Poke around the desk. Poke a fire. They poked fun at each other's jokes, laughing and teasing.
Pardon.
To forgive someone for something they have said or done, such as a crime. Noun, the act of excusing a mistake or offense.
Examples:
Pardon me. Supplicate for pardon. The governor decided to pardon the prisoner after reviewing the evidence of his innocence.
Reckon.
To think or believe something.
Examples:
Hard to reckon. Reckon the company as a rival. He reckons that corruption was rampant in the regime.
Adventurous.
Willing to take risks and try new or difficult things.
Examples:
Lead an adventurous life. Adventurous pioneers. He has an adventurous spirit and is unafraid of risks.
Octave.
A musical interval encompassing 8 diatonic scale degrees, such as the interval from C to the next C in a C major scale.
Examples:
Octave key. Octave range. The singer's range was impressive, covering 3 octaves with ease.
Vim.
Lively energy, vigor, or enthusiasm, a quality of spiritedness or determination, of a computer, a highly configurable, powerful, console-based text editor that was built to enable efficient text editing.
Examples:
Boundless vim. Youthful vim. He tackled the project with great vim and energy.
Excite.
To make someone feel suddenly enthusiastic or eager.
Examples:
Excite the crowd. Excite rebellion. The news of her promotion excited her.
Palsy.
A condition characterized by the loss or impairment of movement or sensation due to damage or disease affecting the nervous system, paralysis or weakness.
Examples:
Muscle palsy. Cerebral palsy. Some people with Parkinson's disease may experience tremors and palsy in their limbs.
Hitherto.
Until now or until the particular time.
Examples:
Hitherto existing. Hitherto untouchable topic. This product can achieve even lower power consumption than hitherto.
Improvisation.
The act of making something up on the spot or creating or performing something without preparation.
Examples:
Improvisation on stage. Jazz improvisation. He created a beautiful piece of music using only improvisation.
Astonishing.
Surprising or shocking, difficult to believe.
Examples:
Astonishing achievement. Make astonishing gains. The news of her sudden death was astonishing to everyone who knew her.
Frightening.
Causing fear or alarm, or very surprising and alarming.
Examples:
Cast frightening eyes. Frightening experience. The news of the pandemic was a frightening reminder of the fragility of human health.
Bedlam.
A state of chaos, confusion, and uproar, an uproarious or madly noisy scene or situation.
Examples:
Chaotic bedlam. Noisy bedlam. The stadium erupted into bedlam when the home team scored the winning goal.
Rapt.
Deeply engrossed or absorbed in something, completely attentive or absorbed.
Examples:
Rapt audience. Have a rapt expression. She was rapt in concentration as she listened to the lecture.
Left-handed.
Using the left hand more skillfully or naturally, adverb, in a way that is specific to or unique to left-handed individuals.
Examples:
Left-handed writer. Left-handed pitcher. She writes left-handed and finds it challenging to use a standard pen.
Cockpit.
The area in an aircraft or spacecraft from which the pilot controls the aircraft or spacecraft.
Examples:
Navigator's cockpit. Cockpit ship. The pilot sat in the cockpit of the airplane. Paralysis. A condition in which you are unable to move or lose control of part or most of the body because of illness or injury.
Examples:
Moral paralysis. Paralysis in the leg. Massive demonstrations lead to total paralysis of transportation.
First-hand.
From the source, directly, adjective, received directly from a source.
Examples:
Hear customers' voices firsthand. Conduct firsthand research. The manager tried to hear customers' voices firsthand.
Implausible.
Difficult to believe or accept as true, not credible or convincing, unlikely or improbable.
Examples:
implausible theory, implausible excuse. The detective found the suspect's story implausible and decided to investigate further.
Disconsolate.
Deeply unhappy or dejected, without hope or comfort, unable to be consoled.
Examples:
disconsolate mood, look disconsolate. The widow remained disconsolate for months after her husband's death.
Remonstrate.
To protest or object forcefully, to argue or reason against something, to express disapproval or disagreement.
Examples:
remonstrate with a person, remonstrate against a decision. He remonstrated with his friend for behaving inappropriately at the party.
Symphony.
A long musical composition in Western classical music for orchestra, usually with 3 or 4 main parts called movements.
Examples:
a symphony orchestra, a beautiful symphony. The frequent performances of the symphony prove its popularity.
Sullen.
Showing a gloomy, moody, or resentful disposition, silent and refusing to engage in conversation, characterized by a dark or dismal atmosphere or appearance.
Examples:
sullen silence, sullen teenager. After receiving bad news, she walked around with a sullen expression, refusing to talk to anyone.
Revolt.
To take violent action against authority, especially government or ruler.
Examples:
revolt against existing ways of thinking, revolt against the dictator. The people tried to revolt to oust the tyrant.
Reunite.
To bring 2 or more people together again after a period of separation.
Examples:
reunite after 5 years. Reunite with my friend. The band will reunite only for this show.
Wither.
To gradually shrink, shrivel, or become weaker, often due to lack of nourishment, age, or disease, to lose freshness, vitality, or vigor.
Examples:
wither corporate management. Wither in the heat. The flowers in the garden began to wither due to lack of water.